Okay, this is New Star Radio 98.7 FM and Smooth Fuego TV. Myself, Fuego, Smooth Fuego, and I'm joined here with...
Meridian Dan. Bye.
Now, Meridian Dan. Before we get started and talk about German Whip and what you got planned for the future, let's talk about how you started. How did you get into music? Explain it kind of briefly, as I know you're a busy man. I know you've got a busy day today. Explain the journey.
We're good. I've just been making music for a long time, 10, 15 years from the start of grime, before it was even called grime. Back when it was garage, I was, putting grime bars on garage instrumentals. So been making it for a long time. Recently I've got this song called German Whip that's been, taken up by the public as their own. You know what I mean? So yeah,
it's absolutely crazy. Like with German Whip, I've seen quotes where people have said this has single-handedly brought grime back to the mainstream. How do you feel when you hear things like that?
Well, I feel good, but I don't think grime hasn't gone anywhere. It didn't go anywhere really. I think it's always been there, but there's been loads of grime songs, that have come out recently that are bangers. But this one, I think it connects with a wider audience, and that's what people are saying. It brings, it's bringing grime back to this, massive thing or whatever. But yeah.
Okay, so you feel like there's been tunes that are there, but they haven't got the recognition that they deserve. But why do you think German Whip got that as opposed to those tunes?
Because it's for everybody's ear, German Whip. I've noticed that. I didn't notice it at first, but over the time, of the process of where we was and where we are now, I've realised that it is a tune for everybody. It is the people's tune. You know what I mean? So. That's it. It's one that your mum can sing, your nan can sing, your 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old nephew can sing. You know what I mean? And everybody's 3-year-old nephews are singing it. So
crazy.
It's good. Yeah.
It's crazy that you mentioned that as well, because as you've also the YouTube videos blown up and everything, do you find that you're doing things that you used to do? And you're getting random people spitting lyrics like you're just in a chicken shop and people are like, man, hungry, man, eat.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. No. Things are definitely changing. Obviously with the success of German Whip, people are starting to recognise me more. I've always been quite bait, a bait face. That person, you've seen him. Once you see him, that's it. You've seen this guy, and there's not many people in London that look like me. When I go up north, Manchester, Birmingham, I think I fit in more up there. Do you know what I mean?
How come?
I think there's just more mixed race people up there. Do you know what I'm saying? that might look a bit like me, but there's no one down here that really looks like me. So, I've been bait anyway. I've been bait for years, but definitely a lot of people are starting to shout me out in the street and stuff and say, yeah, German Whip, big tune and stuff, and I love it. I love people coming up to me and saying, yo, you get me, it's a talking point, we can, it brings people together, and that's great. You know what I mean?
Okay, now you mentioned briefly how you're more at home in places like Birmingham and up north. Now, as we're a community station, are there any Birmingham artists that you're feeling at the moment?
Birmingham artists, I'm loving all the Stay Fresh. They're my dons, innit? Them Stay Fresh, anything with that F on it, I'll give it the stamp. You get me? Any I just love, because it reminds me of a bit like Meridian and Bloodline, the way they have got their thing patterned up. It's just it's proper. It's like a family. It seems to me, from the outsider's perspective. Sometimes things from the outside look different to what they actually are. You know what I'm saying? Behind closed doors, you don't know really what's going on. I don't know if Despa and Jamie Dread are actually friends or anything, but I know I feel that they are. You know what I mean? When I see them out, you know what I mean, and they're always supporting the thing. So yeah, Stay Fresh, definitely.
Okay, and I have to ask you this question as well. Now, you've seen how German Whip's blown up and it's been mainstream. What has been the weirdest place that you've heard it, or that people have heard of you? Is there a random country in Eastern Europe or something?
I'm getting a lot of love from Berlin.
Okay.
From Holland and stuff like that. But I'm also the weirdest place. No, there's no weirdest place. There's just, I'm just getting a lot of love. You know what I mean, for the record. People are reaching out, and it is something that people are hearing, and then they want to go back to the source. Where is this song come from? Who is the guy? What is this? They're asking questions. It's good, as long as people are talking about it, and it's creating conversations amongst, not just between me and the person that likes it, between groups of people. German whip is, oh, do you drive a German whip? Oh yeah, it's a topic of discussion. People are like hashtagging German whip in pictures where there isn't even a German whip. It's just two people cuddling or something, and I'm going through the hashtags of German whip and I see two people cuddling. I'm thinking, wow, like it's like that. Do it for the man.
Ain't gonna do it.
No, I ain't gonna do it.
Well, let's talk about German whip as well. The tune has been absolutely crazy. It's to the point where I can literally do a hip hop set. I can do a little mix, like I can do German whip and I can mix Beyonce, Jay-Z, Drunk in Love, and people won't be like, what the hell are you doing? Like it just flows. It can go in that, it can go an old school garage track. And the remixes as well. I'm feeling the True Tiger one as well, and I'm feeling the one that was just dropped, was it last week? With Busman, Birdie, Rizzle Kicks, Skepta. It's big, man. It's big.
Yeah.
But is that gonna be one thing which I predicted when I first heard German whip? I said, this is gonna be another Woo rhythm. Like there's loads of other versions, like Tiny's done one. I know Leisha's done one as well. I don't know if you heard that, Lady Leisha. Do you feel it's going to get to that level where everybody's going to do their own version?
No, I'm not really keen on too many people doing doing like their own bits and bobs on it. You know why? Because I just think it's important that when you hear something, you know what to expect. Like when you hear that song, you know you're going to hear it's good. For starters, it's only going to be the original or the remix. Tiny Temper's done a cover on Live Lounge, you know what I mean? But he hasn't done that actual studio recording cover. So, like, I think it's important that people, to identify and obviously sing along and enjoy the tune, that they know what they're going to hear. So I don't really want, like, somebody in the club to think that they're going to hear my hook and then they're going to hear... They don't know.
Random
Yeah, so, like, it's important for the record and whatever, just at the moment for, us to carry on pushing it as it is. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, what can we expect from you for the rest of 2014? Are you going to go in the same direction with your music, or are you going to go a bit more eclectic?
No, the music is just organic. It's everything that comes out my mouth or is in my head, in my heart, and it just comes out. Like I have no control over what it's going to be or what, it's whatever comes out, man, seriously.